Hello, everybody. Welcome to Beautiful Broken. I'm your host, Brittany Mahan, alongside my main girl, Doreen Silva. How are we doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you? Okay, here we go.
Good. So tonight's episode is really, really awesome. A couple years ago, I think back in like 2015, I was the sideline reporter for Bravehearts. It's this baseball team out in Worcester. Have you heard of them?
I have not.
Yeah, it was a small league. But I met this awesome guy. He actually was so adorable. Like, he ran up to me and was like, I really am such a big Bravehearts fan, and like he was like, I'm one of your biggest fans, and I was like, oh. So he's like,
So he already knew you?
Yeah, because I kind of
okay.
posted, I was kind of like all over their website and stuff, and he was just a big Bravehearts fan. So if you're a fan of anything and the reporter is reporting on it, you just automatically know them. And so he asked for a photo, and honestly, he was my first like photo, like where I didn't know him at all.
I know, I think I see the photo. If that's the photo you guys are just talking about.
Yeah, it's way long ago, but he was literally the first person that came up to me and was like, can I please have a photo with you? And I was like, you're making my heart all warm.
Awesome.
So do you know,
it's like how many years later now?
Yeah, this was back, he said 2014, so what, now we're in 2020?
6 years ago.
Yeah, it was a little bit ago.
You guys have been friends for a long time,
and we will remain friends till the end. So do you know anything about autism?
I really don't know too much about it personally. I think JJ is my first friend with autism, so I really don't know anyone personally besides him.
Yeah, I have a best friend who her older brother has it, and I don't know, they are just the nicest people.
I know.
The nicest.
He's such a sweetheart. He really is such a sweetheart.
So sweet. They're so genuine. Like, I think the main thing about people with autism is, I guess, social cues or something like that. But again, I'm not an expert. This is not a show about, I'm not going to be teaching you about it because I don't have it. He will be teaching us all about it. So we're all about to learn together, which I'm excited about.
I'm excited too. I'm super excited because I feel like it's like you just, I know you said this too, just like you never really know what somebody is going through. You can't like just look at someone and think like, oh, that person's has this or that or whatever, you know, like you can't like look at me. I'll use me as an example. You don't look at me and be like, she has anxiety. Right. I know she has anxiety. I can tell, you know, you don't really know. But I think it's so great to like hear everybody's perspective. Yeah.
And that's the thing that I love and created this show for, is because everyone does have a different perspective, and so many people judge a book by its cover.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, you don't look at somebody and everybody definitely judges somebody by their, like, we're human. We like.
Well, I don't, to be honest. I don't. I genuinely don't.
Even whether you want to or not, we kind of just like, you look at somebody and you just look at me. I have blue hair.
No, but I genuinely don't judge people by the way they look. The first thing I do when I see a human is I talk to them, and most people don't.
I love that. I mean, my hair definitely is like a conversation starter, but for some people could look at me and think like, oh, she has tattoos and she has piercings, like she must be crazy or, you know, emo or something. And it's like, I'm really not. I'm like this talkative, happy person, you know?
And I think that's having you in my life for so long, because like we'll do an episode where we just show Doreen's different hairstyles.
My Facebook memories comes up, and
Start saving those.
Every year is different.
Literally, she went from like bleach blonde. She's a natural brunette. Let's start at the beginning. And then she went from like a bob haircut, and then she went to like the
colors.
Like the front was pink, just the front was blue with the brown in the back. Then she went from a shaved head with just half of it being blonde. I'm telling you,
changing
red,
it up.
purple, green. Like, she has gone through the hair. And I think being your cousin in your family, I always knew you.
Right.
So I was like, okay, well, if Doreen can change her outside appearance this much, never mind what anyone else could do. I'm like, this person could be a sweetheart. And there's a lot of like, I think what was interesting about our society is that we've now attached like a Regina George looking person, right? Like from Mean Girls. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
I just had to think about, okay, now I know who Regina George is.
Like she has like blonde hair, skinny body, big boobs, like kind of like Sport Illustrated kind of girls. And a lot of people have attached like a negative perspective on them.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, she's all like, she must be narcissistic, or she must be, because she puts herself together, she must be selfish or something like that. So I'm just over people judging people based on how they look.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely I never ever like judge people. But I mean, I think we as humans are kind of programmed to do that.
No, definitely.
But I don't agree with it, obviously.
Right. So more about that. We're going to actually meet the book itself. Jeremy Johnson, he is going to be coming and joining us right when we get back from commercial break. So don't go anywhere.
Hey, look, it's those guys.
What's good? What's up? What's happening today?
Let's hit those pearly whites, man.
Yeah. The boys, check it out.
Stand up, do my chair is gonna compare us. Go.
Ooh, cute.
Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
Hey girl, what's up? What's the name? What's good? What's up?
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Sir, go and step out of the vehicle for me.
Yes, sir. See ya, buddy. Today, Sean's got a hearing. We'll see how it goes. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look. Yes. Fuck. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Beautiful Broken. Again, Brittany and Doreen here with you every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Tonight is all about autism, judging a book by its cover. Like I said, I don't know much about it, but we know someone who does. So let's welcome in Jeremy, JJ. How are we doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for joining us. I love that you're here. So why don't we I'm just going to pass you the mic, and I'm just going to listen, because I think that's what gets...
You want to hear the story.
Yeah, we gotta hear. If we don't listen, we'll never learn. So go ahead.
You know, Brittany, you kind of nailed it on the head that people kind of hear the word autism and automatically think it's a bad thing. Like in every other aspect of anything else in the world today, it seems like people just point fingers and think it's a bad thing. But you actually have to take the time to get to know the person before you can actually make an assumption of them.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Totally. And I think that's even with anything, not even just autism. I think it's any person in general. You know, you never can, even if you hear someone has like a problem, you know, you can never...
Right.
Everybody's different, too. Everybody's different.
And people automatically assume that it's a bad thing.
Right. What was your biggest struggle that you faced, that you overcame, you think?
You know, going through elementary school, and you kind of put your trust in somebody. Mm-hmm. And the word friend is kind of a bigger aspect than people think it should be, because you can call somebody your friend, but that doesn't mean they're going to turn around and not stab you in the back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then you learn,
the damn truth.
It is the truth.
And then you learn in the long run that that person wasn't a friend, and then you blame yourself for why you put trust in that person. So
would you say that... Because I struggle with that, to be honest. I trust everybody, honestly, and I definitely get burned a lot.
Do you think you trust too quickly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, do you work on that, or is that still something you're struggling with, or?
It takes time, but I work on it.
What are some of the things you do to work on it?
Kind of going back to elementary school, I had this friend, you know, we'd have sleepovers all the time, hang out all the time, and then... in the flip of a switch, in class one day, he slapped me in the face and threatened to stab me with a knife.
What? What?
So it's kind of like...
Oh, my gosh.
Not today.
How old were you?
I will burn his house.
Elementary school.
And kids are saying that?
Yes.
Elementary school. Oh, my gosh.
How did you handle that?
I was My mom actually pulled me out of the Auburn school district, and I went to a private school for high school because I was terrified to go back to school.
Yeah.
These people that use their words for violence.
And then you see the parent in the grocery store, and she had the nerve to tell me that I had a big mouth, and it was my fault.
No.
Well, when were you, so we were talking, we all went out to eat before this, and we kind of talked a little bit with his mother and him, and you said, how old were you when you were diagnosed?
11.
11, okay.
So this was before, so you had this...
I was diagnosed late compared to, like, how it is now.
Right. And do you think that was kind of the big misunderstanding from having a kid say he wants...
Because then you go home having these people take these actions in school, and then you go home thinking, I'm not worth anything. Why are these people treating me like this?
Oh no! And that's so horrible that people can make somebody feel less than they are. Like, 'cause
people shouldn't have to live in fear every day because of somebody else's actions.
Definitely
right.
Not.
Preach it, JJ. You preach that.
You shouldn't have to go outside of your house and think you have to watch your back every 5 minutes because you think somebody's going to come after you.
No, that's not okay. It's not. I mean, that's because you had people treating you that way. Because people don't just go around treating each other that way.
But people like me have these experiences earlier in life, and it makes it hard to trust people later in life.
Of course, because you've been burned by someone that you really loved, and you're like, okay, honestly what it does is it makes you lack trust in yourself on judging others on I'm in the same boat with you. I'm like, who's the good guys and who's the bad guys here? Because I thought the good guys were the bad guys, and now I don't know what to do.
Right.
Sometimes it pulls a 360, and the good guys are the bad guys, and the bad guys end up being the good guys.
Yeah, that's how it really works sometimes.
Long run.
Oh my goodness. So when you moved to another school, how did your life kind of improve?
I went to a private school that specializes in working with people like me. So the class sizes were smaller, first of all. Mm-hmm. It was like 5 or 6 kids instead of 10 or 20.
Right.
Yes. So it's more individualized, focused learning than...
And how were the kids in that class with you?
They were a lot better.
They were more friendly?
Did you leave with any close friends in that group?
Yeah.
Good. Oh my goodness.
I like that story better than the other one.
I'm about to fight someone. Like, don't ever come at JJ.
So have you ever talked to that kid again?
No.
Elementary school?
Okay, he found me on Facebook, and I blocked him instantly because I'm like...
This is the number one thing I want to let all y'all viewers out there know right now. People never forget how you make them feel. Ever. So there's some people that have crossed my path now, and they were bullies to me. Mm-hmm. Someone said, this is such a random insult, but at the time it was the worst thing you could ever said to me, that my butt was as flat as papyrus, and I never let that go. I literally I don't know why,
and
but
you remember who the person
of course I know what she looks like. I know what she was wearing. I think that's where people are so asleep today, is that they say the meanest things to humans, and then they don't own it. They run from it. They deny it. They lie about it.
Yeah, most people will deny it.
I never said that. I'm like, you're psychotic. So,
and then they put it in writing on social media, and they don't realize that that's out there for everybody to see.
Right. It's think about what you're doing before you do it.
So you're saying people have put stuff in writing about you on social media?
Yep.
Wait, what?
Oh, what
did they say?
Horrible.
They're just rude. They're I get a lot of death threats. You'd be surprised.
That makes me angry. That makes me angry.
What do you mean?
I worked with someone, and it's 2 lanes of the road. You really understand it, or you don't care at all. So it's there's no middle ground.
I think everybody just
I'm
needs...
mad. I'm mad.
I think everybody just needs to learn to have understanding that, you don't know what somebody's going through unless you're in their shoes.
And, the mental aspect of it, later in life affects you.
I mean,
forever.
Definitely. JJ, a death threat is not something anybody would take lightly. So, don't feel like you're it's so crazy because he says this with a joy smile on his face, and it's if anyone got that, they'd flip out.
Facial expressions are another thing.
Okay. So what about facial expressions?
Autistic people can be uncomfortable with something, and their facial expressions show they're smiling when they're really like
they're uncomfortable.
Hurt. Yeah.
Oh my
Are you
goodness.
able to pick up on other people's facial expressions?
I'm just getting better. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. So sometimes you'll be uncomfortable, but you'll be smiling.
Yeah, I feel like in today's society, people are going to say things and put them in writing, and then like Facebook, they'll take their profile down an hour later like a coward because they don't want to face
what they just said to you.
The consequences of it.
Right.
Well, you know what though? Everything you got screenshot, so there's no there's no hiding it now.
Today's world of social media, everything's out there for everybody.
I know,
to
you
see.
have these little trolls. I'm going to call you all internet trolls because that's what you are. You sit there behind your little keyboard and you bully
tough guy.
people.
You act like a tough guy behind the screen.
You're like, I'm going to go like tell somebody to go kill themselves or tell somebody that they're this or they're that or you're judging them and I had some dude, okay? Some just like example of how pathetic some people are on the internet. I had some dude show a video of, it was like 3, I guess they were crackheads or something like that, but the dude knocked the chick out, and there's guys commenting on it like, ha 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 ha, that's so funny, and I literally went on every single post and I was like, I'm so glad that you thought a girl getting knocked out is hilarious. And then he turned me into being this like feminist girl, and I'm like, if anyone got knocked out, why is that funny? Someone's unconscious on the floor. Why is that funny to anybody?
Brittany, I'm probably going to make you cry here, but from day one when I met you in 2015, I knew you were genuine.
Oh,
I have loved you from day one, and Doreen, you're the same way.
Oh, thank you, JJ.
That means a lot.
Warms my heart.
That makes me very, very excited because
the world needs to have people like you instead of these bullcrap artists that think they can just...
You know, they call the internet and especially social media the toilet for a reason.
I'm saying, like, if you're a nice person, don't even go on the internet. And if you are on the internet, like, dodge. I'm the blocker. You come at my stuff and it's rude and not nice, you will be blocked. I don't care. Like, denied. Done. Like, I'm not joking.
I don't care. I used to be that person that would love to, like, argue and, like, try to get my point across, and I'm going to, like, go into this debate, and then I just kind of gave up because it's...
Brittany, if I had you back in elementary school, you probably would have knocked that kid out for me.
Yeah,
she would have.
Yeah,
she would have.
It's like I am all fun and games until someone... I'm like...
Well, you don't mess with somebody
back
like
to your days in Nesson, don't poke the bear.
Yes. Like, honestly, it's one of those things where it's like, I want to see this world be a happy place. I want people to be nice to each other. I want strangers to be like, oh my God, like, how are you? Like a lunchroom cafeteria where everyone's talking to each other. Like, I want that. But there are definitely some people out there who are just mean and they're hurting, and I understand it. Like, I'm an empath too, so I get that. But I am a bully beater. Like, if I see you beating on the weak, I get angry. Like, there's no one can hold me back. I get so mad.
It doesn't mean because you're a mad, pissed off person to bring other people down with you.
No.
You need to deal with that on your own. You don't need to bring everybody else down with you.
Right.
But I had a kid when I was in high school, and he would get picked on, and I stuck up for him, and I told everybody, like, leave him alone, like, say something to me, like, don't pick on him anymore. And he actually yelled at me for sticking up for him. So I was like, oh man, I'm sticking up for you.
I dealt with the same thing.
Did you? So you had like the same situation?
Yeah.
Did you yell at the person though for sticking up for you?
Yep.
Oh, now why?
You know me. I'm not a quiet person.
But I was like, why are you yelling at me? And he was like, I can handle it myself.
If you're calling me out or cussing me out, I'm not going to go down. I'm going to...
No, but if she stuck up for you.
I would love you for that.
But he yelled at me.
But I would defend you, but I would go back after him.
Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah, he was like, I could do it on my own. I don't need your help. And I was like, I just wanted to help you.
Not to interrupt this lovely conversation, but all our viewers out there, if you do want to jump in at 8:30, we are going to take calls. The number to call in is 781-347-2210. That's 781-347-2210. Okay, back to Jeremy. But so what would you say then, has being like having autism, has that benefited you in other situations other than mean bullies? Because to be honest, people are going to pick on you no matter what you have, no matter what whether you're big, small, pretty, ugly, fat, colored, blind, whatever. Like, people, there's just some mean people out there. So, like, where's the positive? Give me the sunshine.
No, I want to say, like, have you been able to build still solid relationships?
Yeah.
Even though there are still, like, crappy people out there.
I turn the hate into ammunition to be better than everybody else, basically.
I love that.
Now, how do you do that, though? Teach us.
Like, I I worked with this lady for 10 years, and God rest her soul, she died from cancer, but she knew what she was doing. It was her dying wish from day one to work with autistic people, like seeing people, kids, parents in those groups exchanging numbers with each other. She brought people together. She didn't divide everybody.
That's awesome.
I think that's important. I think we need to come together. If any time is better than any time, it is now in this life, in this world that we're living in. And
Brittany, I think you'll agree with COVID and everything right now. People are kind of locked behind their phones, locked behind their screens with too much time on their hands.
Right.
And they think, they can do whatever they want and get away with it.
You're hiding behind a screen, so you can kind of get away with saying more things that you probably wouldn't say to somebody's face.
But they don't realize that there's a picture to put with that message. So in the long run, you're going to turn around and they'll find that person.
Yeah, they will. They will for sure. So moving into what are you up to in, today? What are you up to today?
I'm working in TV for Ulster Public Access.
Woo!
Living my dream. Doing the news every week. And I'm going to go back to school, take some online classes for broadcasting and media. So
that's awesome. So what is your overall goal? Well, you're living your dream, you said. So explain to us more your dream.
I've wanted, ever since I saw you in 2015.
Brittany was the inspiration.
Running around with that camera and everything.
I did.
Knew right after I saw that's what I wanted to do.
Really? Are you serious?
Yes.
I inspired you?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That is awesome.
That means, you just made my whole day. I didn't know anyone.
Awesome. I love that.
Aww.
So now that, are you doing that right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but you want to go to school?
I've had a couple job interviews, and in today's society, Brittany, I'm sure you'll realize too, in media, they always go to the person with the degree. Even though I've had 7 years experience and I've had multiple interviews, they ultimately go to the person with the piece of paper that has the degree for it.
Which is so wild, because I'll never forget when I was an intern for Nesson, the number one question I got asked was, what college do you go to? And I was like, Bridgewater State. And they were like, oh. We were thinking Harvard or like Emerson or something like that. Wow, you're a Bridgewater State girl. Like, there's not a lot of Bridgewater State people that, can get an internship with Nesson. And I was just a savage, though. Brittany
was a go-getter.
I took 5 classes. I was doing 3 internships. I was working 2 jobs. Like, I don't know. I don't stop.
I can't go as hardcore as you, but I'm still going to plug away.
No, you're going to do it. You're going to do it, JJ.
The way I do it, I wouldn't suggest it. It was a lot of I would say I don't know. When I have a goal and I have a dream, like, nothing is going to stop me, because the only person that ever was stopping you was me. And the only person that ever stopping you is you. So
it's a self-confidence and self-esteem issue is what it is.
Yes.
Yeah, one of my favorite things to say is you just got to get out of your own way. You just got to get out of your own way.
How did you get out of your own way?
It took a lot of hard work.
What'd you do?
It took time. It took years of healing and, having the faith, put my faith in you.
Really?
To trust somebody again.
Stop, JJ.
You guys, that's awesome. My hat's like, I can't even take it.
I know. I'm about to be like, go to him. Get off me. Get off me. JJ, I really didn't know I impacted you this much. Oh, don't
That's
cry.
awesome.
All right, we're all going to cry here. It's
know,
over. It's over.
Wow. No, but that's what it's about. Like, I mean, I love hearing that. Even like Brittany's my cousin, and to hear that like she's made that much of an impact on somebody's life is like, I'm like, oh, I love it. I love it.
I mean, you see all the protests and everything going on right now? It's all lives matter, not just one side or the other. It's all lives matter.
Yeah, we're all in this together.
We are. And that's the thing that...
Brittany, unlike you, I'm tired of the finger pointing and automatically judging someone. I'm done with it.
Yeah, we're all human. And that's the thing that I think a lot of people sleep on is like, I don't care what you're wearing. I don't care what you drive. I don't care the materialistic things that you have that never impress me and never will. How you treat your server is the number one thing I look at. How you treat a stranger. What do you say about your friends behind their back? And how do you speak about your family? Because that's my number one thing.
Going back to that, try going through that with a family member and not just someone in school.
So you had this problem with a family member? Like problems with family members? Oh my gosh. That's too bad. Cause
Back to the baseball metaphor, 3 strikes and you're out. Like,
right.
Don't try to come waltzing back.
Right.
Because you've done it before and
you just know
you eventually read people enough that you know.
Right. Well, we love you, JJ.
I love you too.
Got nothing but love for you, JJ.
And at the end of the day, you can't make people do what they don't want to do. And
you can't force somebody to change or get help.
You can't. And a lot of people are scared of love. Whether they want to admit it or not, a lot of people are terrified of love. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when we grew up a lot of us are products of alcoholic parents. When you have an alcoholic parent and now, we're in this society together, we had to learn that love is pain. So if you learn love is pain and you're trying to stay away from pain as an adult, when you're falling in love with someone, you get triggered and you think, oh my gosh, this is going to be so painful. So that's kind of the internal switch that everyone needs to flip inside of themselves, that love is not pain. Love actually is the most incredible ecstasy, joy, pleasure.
Love heals.
And it's just something that the young person inside of you needed to do to survive your childhood that may have been painful. But when you're an adult anymore, now that we're all adults, and I'm talking more to my generation, it's our responsibility to change that. It's our responsibility to stop that generational curse and then to teach the younger generations that love is pleasure. It is not pain.
We can do it peacefully, though. We don't have to point fingers and blame each other either.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Because I can't, let's say, I love this metaphor. If you're starving and I am trying to make you eat, but you do not want to eat, I can't force feed you. So you will starve to death. And that's a lot of people with love. You can't make someone accept love. They need to want it inside of them, and they need to practice it and work on it. And, if you can't take a hug from a family member, if you think that that's weird, if someone goes to give you a hug and you're like, oh my God, they touched me for way too long, that is a problem, and you need to work on that.
People with autism have that problem.
I was going to say, but you know what, though? Some people just don't like people in their space, and then whatever it is that has caused that.
No, I'm talking about any hug ever.
No, but it's just in general. Some people they have their space, their bubble. It's just gonna say bubble. You have your bubble, and you're like, ooh, that person's crossed my bubble. And
anybody, even let's say your son wants to give you a hug.
I mean,
sometimes.
I was gonna say, me and Tristan hug every day.
But that's my point. I'm saying, are you rejecting hugs from anybody? Everybody, not just.
I mean, I'm the lucky one because I'm higher functioning.
Yeah.
But these lower functioning kids that can't speak for themselves, they can't express to you that they don't want to be touched.
Got it. Okay. So, okay. All right.
So I think it's just cool. with everybody, whether even, I don't even think with autism, I think, you just never know what somebody's been through in their life. And like you said, there's something they have to work on, obviously, but you don't know if somebody's been abused.
But that's my point. No, but that's my point. It's something you need to work on. Mm-hmm. That's my point. It's not the fact of I'm not saying run around and start hugging people. Don't touch people you don't know.
I wish I could, though.
Don't do that. That's not what I'm saying.
Brittany, you're
I'm just go attack. You're thinking you're thinking I meant to go attack people and just start hugging them. I'm saying if you can't receive a hug and you feel uncomfortable receiving a hug.
That's what I'm saying. There's obviously something that person
that needs to heal. Yes, that was my point. That was my point.
No, I got that.
You ran up and gave me a hug today?
Yeah.
And that's safe in the arms of love because I know you accept me.
I do. I
feel it's so tough with Corona because you never know.
Oh, I know. I almost hugged his mom and I was like, can't hug her. Can't hug her.
Speaking of that, we went to the Cape a couple weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
We got in the house and my aunt and uncle are like, we can't hug, we can't kiss each other.
I hugged anyways. I got rejected some hugs from some family recently, and I'm like, listen, I'm hugging. Go spray some antibacterial on you.
I need to get hugged.
Yeah.
I need to be hugged. I went a whole month without a hug. I started crumbling into a raisin.
I was like, Brittany came over during Corona. I was like, you know what? She was like, I just need a hug. And I was like, Brittany, I don't even care. Let's hug.
Please,
you know what?
Somebody touch me.
Put your damn mask on and give the person a hug.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'll put some antibacterial. It was so funny because we go to my grandmother's house and she's wiping her whole face. She's in it all.
I'm like, Vi, stop wiping it all over your head. Come on. I think we do have a special phone call for you, JJ, though.
Oh, Lord.
Deanna, are you with us?
Hi.
Hello, Deanna.
Hi, Deanna.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Brittany, flash her present over there.
Oh yeah. So before Deanna, we called you on the line today because we have a surprise for you. So everyone listening, Deanna Mahan is my sister, my one and only loving sister, and she kind of. How did you and my sister meet?
Was it through you?
Probably.
Yeah, that was through you. Yeah, we never actually met in person. Just through Facebook.
Oh. But through Facebook, Deanna, why don't you, or JJ, why don't you tell everyone what Deanna helped you with?
Deanna, when I saw you post that picture with your puzzle piece mask on, I knew instantly you were genuine and that you and I and Brittany and Doreen are going to change this world. Because I'm tired of the damn negativity. Like, this is all love, not hate here.
Right. We are a love bubble.
Absolutely.
So JJ brought you a gift, Deanna, and I'm going to hold it up. JJ, why don't you explain it?
So I designed these shirts with my friend that owns a store that's Everything Worcester. So we combined the autism puzzle piece with the Entering Worcester sign. So I brought you one of those.
Oh, that is so exciting. Thank you.
He's wearing it. He's representing it.
Oh, that is so awesome. I'll take a picture.
Brittany's got the limited, and Doreen has the limited edition ones.
We got the black ones.
We got the black. We got it in
We've
black.
never made black, so.
But
you are so kind. Thank you so much.
You were such a sweetheart. We do have another call, Deanna, so I want to let you go, but I just wanted to show you your prize that Gigi brought you. Or your gift. I don't know why I called it a prize.
I'll talk to you soon, Deanna.
All right.
Bye.
Love you, Dee.
Talk to you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right. We will take the next caller. Ooh. Oh, that was. Oh man. Okay,
Deanna
so there was.
phone call.
Deanna was like, I have to go. But no, that was so sweet. No, well, because Deanna called me the other day, and she's like, I'm helping JJ pick out his outfit. I'm helping him with his earrings. I was
right there too. He would like to ask me like which earrings, and I'm like, you know what? No matter what, they're all gonna look good. So.
And then we all realized that the headphones are gonna be on. So what's the point?
Deanna said that. I was like, I didn't even think about that at all.
I mean, I wear hoops every show. You think you can see them under this hair? Like,
you can't see mine either.
So funny is because I think people like you should be like worship, to be honest. Like, and no, in like not like but what I'm saying is like the kind-hearted people need to be the people that are the gift, the ones that are getting recognition, the ones that are people want to be like. Like, I'm so over.
I think people that have any kind of disorder are different. The way I look at it is like, your mind is like beautiful, you know, like you have a beautiful mind and like you're special to compare to like
the world would be pretty damn boring if we were all the same.
Exactly.
Right.
And I feel
that.
like you see the best in people, and even when they show you the worst, you're still like, there's something in you that
it's hard to be in a relationship because you open up to this person and tell them you are, and then they turn around and make a really rude comment to you.
You know, I have kind of like the same problem when I tell people I have anxiety. I mean, I've had people say like, you're giving me anxiety, and I'm like, how's my anxiety's rubbing off on you? I don't think that this is just like
Brittany, I think being single is the best thing in the world.
So how many relationships have you had? Oh, girlfriend.
Two.
Okay.
Okay. And how did they end?
The first one, we dated all through high school.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be shocked at how this ends.
Oh, no.
We walked across the stage, got our diplomas. Her mom gives me a laptop as a graduation gift, and she breaks up with me right then and there.
On the spot?
What?
Yep. Drop of a hat like that.
After you guys were together all through high school?
Yep.
Wow. No explanation?
She said college would get in the way, and she never went to college.
Did you talk to her ever again?
No.
Wow. Okay, so when you're done with someone, you're done with someone. Okay, we do have another phone call for you, so I'm excited to see who it is. Hello, thank you for calling Beautiful Broken. Just give us your name because I'm not sure who it is.
My name's Corey.
Hi, Corey. How are you?
Hi, Corey.
I'm good.
Hi, Corey.
Thank you. Hello, Jeremy.
Hello.
Do you know Corey?
I don't think
yes,
so.
He does.
Oh, you do know Corey.
Oh, tell us how you know JJ.
So, I just recently kind of came into the fold with him, but my fiance is really good friends with him, and my Uncle Mike.
Oh, Corey!
It took a little bit.
He's like, okay, I know now.
Corey, do you have a question for JJ? You just reaching out?
Actually, I do have a question. And being high functioning myself as well, I was actually wondering how hard becoming familiar with metaphors was for you.
You know, for years people said things to me that I actually had to go home and look up online because I didn't understand what they meant. And Corey, I really look up to you. Listen, I look up to you because you're engaged and you only deserve to be happy. You found someone that loved you.
Thank you.
Hi, Liz.
So definitely in the same boat as me when we're growing up in metaphors.
Yeah.
Forget about them.
It takes time.
Went right over my head.
It still happens to me, Corey. So don't be.
Yeah, we're right there.
People say things to me. I'm like, what?
I remember somebody said to me in like high school, they were like, "You're so gullible. Look at like gullible on the ceiling," and I was like, "What?"
People nowadays text these letters and they don't say what they mean.
Right.
So I'm sure it happens with you. You have to go home and look up what they mean because you're like, what is this?
Right.
What is this person trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
I've asked other friends what the acronym they've sent me on like several times. You know, they've sent me this acronym like 3 or 4 different times and everything.
But that you'll agree with this that when you ask somebody what it means, it gives them the perception that it makes you look stupid because you didn't understand what it meant.
No, it does not.
So did you think you just don't even bother asking what they mean?
I've stopped asking.
Okay.
But never be afraid. See, this is the number. Corey, we do have to let you go because we have one more caller. Thank you so much for calling in. We really appreciate it. Before we bring on that other caller, I just want to finish this thought. And never be afraid to ask questions. That is the number one thing why I am where I am right now is because I'm not afraid to ask a stupid question.
But there is no stupid question.
There is no stupid question. I am going to ask every question that I have in my brain, and I'm going to learn every answer, and I'm not going to feel bad about it.
And then that's how you learn.
Because then when I'm at where I want to be, and y'all are too scared to ask questions, you feel stuck. And you know what? That person that looked at me and called me stupid for not knowing that question, I don't want them in my life anyways. So give me the damn answer and keep moving. Sorry. Let's take this next caller. I think it's our guy, Tevin.
Yep, you know it is.
Oh, hi, Tevin.
Hey.
What's going on?
Hey, nothing much, but hey, JJ, you are an awesome good guy, man. And and you make me so happy, man, because you're a good one.
Hey,
I'm loving it.
Hey, now
tell me Brittany isn't the best person on God's faith earth right now. Tell me that.
Yes. Now me, I got a high level of autism, which that means I can somewhat be independent, but at the same time I put that together, I got ADD and I got schizophrenia. But still, back in my life, now me as a musician, I've been rapping for 14 years, and what happened was I was beefing with someone, and he called me. Now I hate this R word. He called me. Okay, during this beef. Now I took an L because I made death threats to him, and that's a big L for me. But he called me retarded, and that's the last thing he'll ever call me.
You know, I was telling Brittany that story tonight.
You were just talking about that.
My last girlfriend, dating for 3 months, and then they turn around and call you an autistic retard, and it's like, get the hell out of my life.
And that's not who we are. They should do their research.
Don't let the door hit you in the butt on the way out.
Yeah. We don't take disrespect no more. We do not take disrespect.
I can't stand disrespect like that. But me, I'm going to school now, and I got a 3, and so far I got a 3.5.
There you go, Tevin. Awesome. Give it up for Tevin, ladies and gentlemen.
Reach for the stars, man, because no dream is too big.
You guys are just proving people wrong.
You prove people wrong. Left, right. Tevin, we got one more caller, so I do got to let you go in like 2 seconds. So finish your thought here, love.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but like I said, I'm going to keep doing music. I don't care if someone said I can't rap. I don't care if they call me. Let them call me retarded, but guess what? I'm not.
You're not.
I'm going to be a better man. I'm a better guy than them.
Yes.
I'm better than them.
Yes.
Yes, Tevin. Yes.
And one more thing, and one more quick thing.
Yep.
When we beefed, I think before we squashed it, he couldn't even spell retarded.
I think I'm just going to clone Brittany like 15 times and I'll be good.
All right, Tevin, thank you so much. I think we have Mike from Worcester. Mike, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Hello, Father.
Hello, JJ. I want to just tell you that I'm very proud of you for everything that you're doing and for what you're standing up for. Well, I can remember when I first met you, I didn't know anything about autism or anything, and you taught me a lot of things on how to accept somebody with the type of disability that you have.
Oh, you got JJ in tears.
So I'm very, very proud of you. Very proud of you. I'm watching your video right now, and you're doing a great, great job of standing up for what you believe in.
I'm gonna cry.
And as you call me your dad, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
You know, we're both proud of you. Keep up the good work.
Is this your actual dad?
And I'm proud to call you my spiritual son.
Oh.
Keep up the good
Brittany,
work.
he took me under my wing when my real dad wasn't around.
Oh my God, my hat is so full right now.
I'm so happy, Mike, you called in. I think you just made the show. Mike, thank you so much for calling. I really, really appreciate it.
No problem. I met JJ at a Railers game, and he's been my best friend ever since. And calls me every day, checks in with me every day. And we've hung out, we've had good times, and I'm looking forward to some more good times and learning more about what he's doing. I support everything that he's doing.
Oh man, I'm like
he is a beautiful, beautiful soul, and thank you for stepping in.
We love you, JJ.
We love you too.
Thank you, Mike. For all you don't know that. Earlier this show, JJ told us that his dad is not in his life at all. So for Mike to call in and to say that message really means the world to all of us. So thank you, Mike. That was really, really, really touching. Oh my gosh,
I'm in tears right now.
I know. I'm like,
JJ's next to me crying, and I'm
Wait,
like,
you got the camera.
I'm literally like, I gotta keep it together. We're like, JJ, like you matter so much, and your positive energy is so rare in this world, and more people need to be like you. I know you want to say people need to be like you. No, they need to be like you, JJ. They need to be like you.
You said Brittany made an impact on you, but like you make an impact in the world.
On everybody, JJ. The fact that you can reach out to people as many times as you do, and when they can't get back to you because life gets busy, you don't take that personally. Like that is a talent, because if people don't answer your phone call nowadays, they get all upset.
It's not worth sitting by the phone waiting for somebody to respond.
Right. You just keep going and you keep giving and you're going to get it, JJ. Whatever you want in life, you are going to get, because you deserve it, love.
Yes.
You are a bright, bright soul. You're a bright spirit. You're a glistening light of positive energy, and the world needs you.
Yes.
Really
does.
As
I say, like, I think I said this to Tevin before too. I was saying, like, be you, do you, for you, you know, and then you just prove everybody wrong.
And you are. You're living your dream, and
I know. I'm seeing like
we all gotta have a cry fest.
Seeing the tears in your eyes, I'm like, oh
I know,
my God.
my heart. I'm like, oh my gosh. But he's strong. He's strong. He's so strong. And I thank you for being vulnerable with us here today, and thank you for opening up.
Thank you for the strength.
And if there's
like awesome to when you see like strength in somebody else, I swear it's like contagious.
Oh yeah. And like, if there's one thing that you want to tell the viewers that, you know, speaking for the autism community, that you don't think they know, what would it be?
Just keep being yourself and do what you need to do to be yourself, and shut the haters up.
We don't need haters.
We do not need haters. All right,
we need more lovers.
we clearly need some lovers in the building. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we will close out the show. So thank you so much, JJ, for joining us. All right, guys, we'll be right back after this.
There. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Can I tell you another one? So how does a tissue dance? put a little boogie on it. What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana. What is a boxer's favorite drink? Fruit punch.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah! Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
Thank you so much for joining in with us tonight. It was definitely an emotional topic. I was not expecting that, but
it was heavy. But like those are the conversations that need to be had, like these kind of conversations, because it was like that ad just said, like, love has no labels,
and yet people put so many labels on it. You know, the number one thing that I want people to understand out there is we're all looking for this love, right? Like, maybe some of you aren't. I think a lot of us are afraid of true love because, you know, you have to be vulnerable, and I don't think a lot of people are willing to be vulnerable nowadays. And that's where I honor JJ, because I'm like, wow, like, here live on air, his feelings were to cry, and he cried. He didn't care what any of you guys care.
No hiding it.
No, you know how many people like me? I'm over here trying to hold back my tears, and he's just letting them go.
I couldn't even hold back the tears. I was like, oh my gosh, my hat right now is so full. Yeah. But I was gonna say, back to being vulnerable. Like, people don't realize that like there really is like power in being vulnerable, because everybody wants to act like tough, that tough guy. Oh, I have the, like, I'm so tough. Right. Oh, I'm like, you know, I can get through this and I can do that, but like not realizing that there's like strength in being vulnerable.
Oh my gosh, and it is hard. It is not easy. I have gotten dumped so many times, but I was the most vulnerable in that moment that I could be, and I'm never gonna regret that. You know what I mean? When you put yourself out there on the line, like JJ's relationships, or, you know, whenever he put his heart out on the line, and if it got stepped on, like, he got stronger, you know? And even though it does get scary to open yourself back up, you do get better at reading people. You do know the humans that you should let in and the ones that you shouldn't. And it's definitely, I think, an art and something that we need to talk about more in society, because honestly, like, people are breaking hearts left and right, and that's what's making negative scared people. Because little kids come into this world and they're like happy to go, and then someone breaks their heart, and then you don't come into this world with a wall up. You know, when you're a little kid, little kids run up to everybody and hug them.
Oh yeah.
And
I think like I said, people put the wall up because everybody's like wanting to protect themselves.
But it's only after they feel the pain first. You have to feel the pain first, and then you build this wall. So, Beautiful Broken, we're breaking down walls.
Yes.
We don't want your walls. We want your love, and then you want the love. Love, where is the love? You remember that song?
Where is the love?
The love. Our duet is coming out soon. All right, everyone. We have a couple minutes left. What was the number one thing that you... Oh, okay.
Well, I just want to say, I love what JJ said. If we were all the same, the world would be a boring place.
Oh, that is such a good way to end it, Doreen. I am Brittany Mahan. She is Doreen Silva. Follow us on Instagram, on Facebook. Like, share, follow. Letting you all know our website will be being redone, and it will the first week of October. That's when it's going to launch. And our Instagram actually is going to get totally redone as well. So we look forward to you. Our next show is with our girl Jocelyn. We were talking about green flags and the red flags, and are you trying to paint the red flags that you see white? So join us next week. We love you. Remember, you might be a little bit broken, but you're always going to be beautiful. Have a good night.